place to be. And you're listening to John Jay and Rich. Wake your ass up.
1047 KISS FM, John Jay and Rich. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Our text line, you text JJR and whatever you want to say to the number 96893. And when you text us, I can just read your text on the air. We'll call you back. But I want to read this text that we just got. It's about the Snoop Dogg intro. You just heard Snoop Dogg introduce us. He's been introduced us since the show started. And our iHeartRadio app is free, and it's been upgraded. They changed it like a week or two ago, I think, right? And it's like it's got all these new features. It's got a preset button. It does whatever. So this 808 number, which I believe is Hawaii, says, John Jay and Rich, I want to let you know how the iHeartRadio app transcribes your intro. Wake you ass. John Jay and Rich, what's crack, AG? And this is the big boss, Dove, Snoopy Deagle, double jizzle, babe, boom. What you don't do. We're not talking about Ridge 10 team. We're not talking about last year. It's the one, the only dog you all at the glass. Likely fixing people. Double jibble. In your face and be in the place. B. And you're listening to John Jay and Ridge Wise.
I hope, Noah, you take what John Jay just did and make that our new intro.
So, you text us. Text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893.
Well, we're still working the bugs out.
Yeah.
Make it a little more street.
I've been really focusing on my sleep a lot lately, and I cannot get a good night's sleep. And I monitor it on the Oura Ring and on the Whoop, like no matter what I do. And there's so many other factors going on. But yesterday after the show, I was going to go work out, and then I was going to go hiking with my friend Rick. And I was so tired. My sleep sucked because I was at the Suns game the night before. It was late, and it just sucked. So when I went to the gym, I thought that maybe there was something there at the gym, because my gym is also a doctor's office, right? And I asked the woman who runs the gym, Sophia, I said, is there something that I can have that gives me a little kick? She goes, do you want some coffee? Do you want a cold brew? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, here, I got an idea. So I'm working out, and she brings me something I never had before. She brings me 2 espresso shots over ice, right?
Okay.
I've never had that before. She goes, this will wake you up. So I drank just half of it, and I have never been more wired in my entire life. Like, I worked out.
That's a double shot.
Then I went, it's what?
That's a double shot.
Oh, that's what you were drinking all the time, weren't you?
Yeah, but mine was mixed with like some cream and sugar and whatnot.
Oh,
but yeah.
I was like, I had never felt that before.
Sabrina Carpenter's right.
I did my workout, and then I went hiking, and then I went home. I did a bunch of stuff at home, and then when I went to bed last night, it was hard for me to sleep, and I think part of that is also because the espresso was still in my body.
Probably.
And then I got up this morning, and I drank the rest of it, because I didn't drink all of it last night.
No wonder you run around here so fast this morning.
Like,
maybe that's going to be your thing. Mark my words, this is John Jay's new thing.
John Jay's new to the espresso world.
He's going to be a noon workout espresso guy.
Well, then I started thinking about, like, I'm really focusing on my sleep, and I can't get good night's sleep. And then I thought, those people, when you're like, if you're single and you're trying to find someone, you're trying too hard. Just stop. It's right there in front of you. You'll find a good partner. Or if you're trying to have a baby, someone always says, stop trying so hard.
Right, which everybody
stop
likes to
trying so
hear.
hard and you'll get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, I feel, okay, maybe I need to stop focusing on my sleep and I'll get a good night's sleep.
Oh,
But
probably.
is it because you're interrupted at the beginning? Because I know I am constantly with dogs and, people going, Mom, 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 Mom.
People calling you mom?
Well, not me, my wife. Her son comes up a lot and he won't knock on the door. I just hear him down the hall. Mom, Mom, Mom. Like, what is happening here? I'm waking
It's
up out
other
of a nightmare.
factors. Like last night I wanted to go to bed. I've had potential to go to bed at 7.
Yeah.
And as I was going to plug in my phone, my son Kemp, who's in Hawaii, he's 3 hours earlier, texts me, Dad, I got to tell you something. I got some good news. I'm like, okay. He goes, I'll call you in 30 minutes.
But you can't not take that phone
I know.
call, right?
So I just wait. I'm waiting and waiting. And in 30 minutes, he goes, 10 more minutes. And then my wife's at dinner with her sister. And Kemp calls and tells me the good news. And then I call her at dinner. And she doesn't pick up the phone. And I call her again. Now I know she's going to see that I called her and at some point call me back, which is weird that she doesn't doesn't know that I called her, because she's got that stupid Apple Watch. And every time I'm with her, someone calls her, she stops the conversation with her watch. Right? So then she calls me at 8:15 and she's like, oh, what's the good news? And I go, well, you call Kemp. Okay, well, I'll be home in 15 minutes. Now it's 8:30, and I got to wait for her. She comes home at 8:45. She goes, okay, I'm going to get ready for bed. And then I got to wait for her to get ready for bed. So now it's 9:15, 9:30.
Nobody knows what we go through because they figure they go to bed a little later than us, but they sleep hours after we get up,
It's
right?
so true. I have similar situations, but just in a very different way. It's like I need to do, like, we all email each other at night, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We call it our prep.
Well, I don't
need
know
to
when Peyton
prep.
does it.
It depends on the day. Sometimes I got to get it done in the morning when I wake
I
up.
can rely
Sometimes I
on stuff from Rich at 5. I can rely on stuff from Kyle no later than 8 p.m. And then I'll be up late and don't get anything from Peyton.
But I feel like I have let you guys know my day
That's
does not
true.
stop at 8 p.m. I said the 8 p.m. deadline does not work for me.
Because you're still living.
And that's what it is. My life is still going on at 8.
That's
Sorry.
true. I tell my kids that's my homework.
Right.
And I'm like, I have to do my homework. Mom, can you help me with this? I need help with my homework. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll help you with your homework. Mom, I need a snack. We just ate dinner. I need a snack. Okay, fine. All right, kids, go get ready for bed. Mom, I can't find my toothpaste. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to go help you find your toothpaste. Okay, so they get in bed and I'm like finally starting to do my homework and they're like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to do my homework.
I like that you call it homework. It makes it.
Well, because then they relate to it because they're like, I hate homework. I'm like, even when you grow up and you have a real big person job, you probably still might have homework like mommy does. And so then they kind of understand that I have to do it, but it doesn't always translate because I get interrupted about 10,000 times.
Well, I am looking forward to getting to your homework.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Lots
all
of good
right, yes,
homework
lots
stuff.
of good homework
I
stuff.
really, really enjoy when you go to Kyle's Instagram. In fact, if you go, is it just at Unfug on Instagram right now?
Just at Unfug.
Go to Instagram, go to at Unfug and look at her stories because you're so photogenic, even when you're getting your face work done.
Well, some of those are filters.
Oh, well, whatever filters
of
they
them.
are, give them to me because I'm like, because you're doing a lot of stuff and the lighting. I was like, boy, I look at other things now. Like, I'm like, the lighting in there looks great.
Because you're into photography.
Yeah, I am. I'm one hell of a photographer. Whenever someone takes a picture of Kyle and it's better than me, I'm like, who did that? Kiss FM, John J. Rich. You guys see last night was a wolf moon?
Yeah.
My wife
It was
last
so
night.
bright. It looked awesome.
She was at this dinner with her sister, and like I said, I was trying to go to sleep, and she comes up. Do you know it's a wolf moon tonight? It's a wolf moon. All these great things are happening because it's a wolf moon. And I woke up this morning, I did my hot tub cold plunge thing, and that moon was bright, man. My
Huge,
backyard
too.
was lit up, man. Anyway, what are 3 things we need to know, Kyle and Fug?
The California wildfires are only about 20% contained, and that's being conservative with that. And they are increasingly worried about the potential winds because they're going to be up to 45, 70 miles per hour, which of course creates an explosive fire growth situation across LA County this week. In fact, the National Weather Service issued an ominous, particularly dangerous situation warning for the LA and Ventura County areas. Just cautioning everyone, saying these crazy fast winds, the dry air is a higher risk of rapid fire spread and extreme fire behavior. John Jay, I don't know what county your sister is in, but it may really be time for her to evacuate. Of course, they're letting residents know separately via text who needs to evacuate. Now, yesterday, it was reported that Chinese officials are evaluating a potential option that involves Elon Musk acquiring the U.S. version of TikTok.
You guys were hinting at that yesterday, just like Elon Musk
Before
should
it was
buy
reported.
Yeah.
However, the actual company is like, we're not doing that. Why would we do that? Why would we even comment on that? It's just fiction.
Well, you know what else? I saw Mr. Beast post. Okay, I'll buy TikTok.
Yeah, well, that would be cool. He's thrown his name in the hat. The guy from Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, has thrown his name in the hat. And so far,
I'm throwing my name in the hat.
it's not even official that it's going to get banned. They are expecting word from the Supreme Court as early as Sunday, the 19th. So that's when we find out if it does indeed get banned. Between now and Sunday, you can still download the app. If it does get banned on Sunday, you won't be able to download the app anymore. You'll still be able to use it, but then it will slowly trickle its way out.
We should all throw in whatever money we have in our pocket and then put out a press release that we're willing to buy TikTok
That would be awesome.
for whatever,
Let's do it.
$137.
Let's do it. So Starbucks had this rule that anybody can come in, right? You can hang out without buying something. You can go to the bathroom if you need to. And now they're saying, actually, we don't want to do that anymore because there's been transients, there's been situations. And they said, so here's the thing. That rule that everyone was welcome, isn't necessarily the case anymore. If you're coming in just to use the restroom, you got to buy something. If you're coming in just to hang out, you got to buy something. You have to be a paying customer, and they say this is for the paying customers' safety. They're trying to prioritize their people, and that's that. So, new rules at Starbucks, and that's 3 things you need to know.
Well, I wonder how you handle that because you always heard that there's a Starbucks bathroom, right? So if you go in there, just use the bathroom. They go, that's not it anymore. Now you're being kind of...
They actually said that they're training Starbucks employees on how to enforce it, and they're authorizing them to call, like, police if they need to.
Oh, wow.
So that's not going to be a problem.
I wonder that if it's going to be people that look like they shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like you said.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be a problem, because somebody could be, look, I was just walking in and I got kicked out. It's because of the way I look. You know that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Could be.
Starbucks.
I mean, maybe unless they put like those little lock pads with the numbers on the doors, like they do at like some of the like
That's probably will be
They
what
have
they
a-
have
gas
to do.
station.
There's I was at a Starbucks in Hawaii a couple weeks ago, and it was in an area where it doesn't seem safe, and you have to get the code at the Starbucks.
Or keys. They still have bathroom keys sometimes, too.
Horoscope time. Peyton, what's the vibe for horoscopes?
I'm going to be telling you where you should head this year based on your zodiac sign.
Where you should what?
Head, like traveling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, good morning. What's your sign?
Hey, good morning, Sagittarius.
Okay, Sagittarius. So, Mike, this is your day, and you're already halfway out the door with your backpack and your passport. Just don't forget to actually book your flight, because impulse trips are fun, but your destination to be determined isn't really a plan. So make sure when you go ahead and you book your flight today that you make a good decision on where you're trying to go.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mike. 877-937-1047. How about for Libras? How about for Kyle, who just traveled?
Yeah, Kyle, you're going to spend the day texting your friend, should we do Italy or Greece this summer? Libra, the group chat is exhausted, okay? Choose a vibe and go with it, because either way, your Instagram stories are going to slay.
Okay.
Italy or Greece?
I love a little group trip, though,
I want to
too.
go.
I can't imagine myself going that far, but that would be amazing.
Yeah, right?
What about for Pisces?
Yeah, Rich, for Pisces, you're going to spend the day scrolling on TikToks of destinations that you'll quote-unquote visit someday. But Rich, someday is today. Go and book your ticket and live your travel aesthetic in real life.
Okay.
Where are you
Planning
going?
for summer. I think we're going to Hawaii this summer.
Oh, heck yeah.
It should be nice.
Book your flight today, because I think that's where all the deals are.
What about for you, Peyton Leos?
Yeah, for Leos, we're going to book the most extra trip possible. Like, I'm talking private jets, 5-star hotels, all of the works. And we're not just traveling. Us Leos, we're making a statement. So we need to remember that the only thing that belongs in the spotlight right now is our budget. Quite honestly, I don't think I'll ever have the money to be able to book a private jet, but okay.
Never say never.
That's right.
I hope I'll manifest that for me one day.
How about Virgos?
Yeah, John Jay, your travel spreadsheet has tabs for every possible scenario, and it might be a good idea to ditch that 47-step itinerary and leave the room for a little bit of chaos. So check out some alien invasion places. That's where you should be traveling this 2025.
Sounds like a hoot. All right, if we didn't get to your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjaneRich.com. Kyle, let's get into your face. I said earlier about the videos that you posted on Instagram of you over at the Comstock, and you were getting the workout done.
The workout.
Electronic workout on your muscles and your face.
Kind of got the whole shebang yesterday at the Comstock. I went and you're supposed to do a series of the Pure Impact treatments, and the Pure Impact treatment is basically they set you up with all these nodules all over you, and they pulse and your muscles contract. So it's like you're getting a workout, and it takes a half an hour, and all of a sudden 2 days later, you're super sore, and you're like, I was just laying there watching a TV show.
Well, you know what's funny, though? The video you posted, you're so tiny, right? And so, for me, I have these electrodes on me, and there's lots of space between electrodes.
Yeah.
Kyle's are
All on
so
top of each
tiny.
other.
They're touching each other.
Together. It's a wild experience, but because I was doing some other things, I was they had this numbing cream on my face while I was doing the Pure Impact. So I'm this looks insane. So afterwards, they did a soft wave treatment just under the eyes, because this area right under my eyes is it's the area I hate right now. It's my problem area, if you will. It's where the fine lines and wrinkles, they're coming out. Mm-hmm. They're coming out hard. My makeup's starting to
Of course,
not go on right.
We can't see any of that at all.
It just bothers me.
Wait, so makeup doesn't go on right, and that's because you might have a wrinkle?
So when you start to get more fine lines and wrinkles, and you wear as much makeup as I wear, it starts to crease and look really gross.
Oh, wow.
Or at least it does on me. So I went in and Jamie recommended this treatment because you can get they have a tool with the soft wave that gets really close up under the eyes, and it's a laser. And I've done a lot of laser treatments on my face, a lot of different kinds of microneedling, and then like the intense pulse light, like all different, lots of different types of lasers. I've never felt a laser like this one.
Did it hurt?
What it feel?
It was bizarre.
Do you know, is this one, have I done this one? Did she say it by chance?
I'm not sure if you've done this
sounds
one.
familiar.
The cool peel, which I did after this one, I know
Okay.
you did.
Okay.
But this one was like, it felt like the laser was cutting to the core of me. Like it felt like it got in.
It was deep.
Like the penetration was like far in there. And I was like, wow, this is intense, which is awesome because then I feel like it's working.
Yeah.
That was
Really
the
good.
soft wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what she actually said. She said the laser does actually go deeper, even though I had numbing cream on. The numbing cream numbs like the top layer of the skin. And so I was like, oh, wow, I feel that. It just felt incredibly like hot. Like really hot. So anyway, so I did that. It was really quick, so it wasn't like terrible. Like it was like, whoa. But then it was over like that. Then I went and got another laser treatment, which is called the Cool Peel. And that was for my face, neck, and chest. The neck and chest because you can't forget the pedestal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what you
You're
meant
not
by
going to put a
pedestal.
beautiful cake on a plastic sheet, you know, for presentation. So
Well said.
so this laser is like it's like a CO2 treatment, which is usually really intense. Usually with CO2, it's like you're almost this is not the technical terms, but you're almost like taking off the first layer of your skin. So this one is kind of like that. Supposed to have the same results, but less downtime. When you do a CO2 treatment, you're out for like a week, and you're doing like vinegar wraps on your
Yeah,
face.
that's what I showed you the picture of my mom yesterday.
Yeah, I've done one of those, and it's really
brutal.
intense.
Brutal.
So I did get home last night, and my face was incredibly red. It's still swollen and red right now, but of course I covered it with makeup. But yesterday when I left, John Jay, I kind of related to you a little bit because they send you off in this like one of those masks, like the gel masks. You know, and I was talking, it would like slip down and kind of like flap on my lip. But they're just like, keep it on as long as possible. It helps with redness. It helps accelerate the healing. And who doesn't want that, right?
Right.
So I'm like driving away with this mask on. And I swear, anyone who looked over at me had to be scared. Like, what is that driving that vehicle right now? What is that?
I saw the picture you posted. That's exactly how it was. It's like you're Hannibal Lecter and you got someone's face on you.
Yeah. And like all of a sudden, I'm driving on the freeway and I see police lights like behind me. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You're joking. Like, I can't get pulled over like this. It's going to be the most humiliating moment of my life. And so I kind of start to slow down and I see the cop, like, he goes around me and goes and pulls someone else over. And I was like,
The relief.
this is officially the luckiest day of my
He
life.
pulls you over and you'd be like, man, pull gun, get out of the car.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got a murder verdict. We got a serial killer in the car.
Where's your UFO? You look like some type of alien. Like, so I actually didn't go home. I went to go pick up the kids, and I'm like waiting in pickup line. I'm like, do I pick up the kids with the mask on? Or should
Give them
I
nightmares?
take it off? I took it off because, yeah,
That would have been fun if you had kept it on and then scare them.
no, I don't want to scar them for life because I know it would because like
They don't even like mascots.
and they don't like mascots. But one day I was wearing a beanie and I took it off and it like left bumps on my forehead that looked a little bit like I was like one of those lizard people or something like that. And Easton couldn't even look at me. Like he would cover his eyes and I came around. I was like, buddy, it's just from my hat. Just from my hat. He's like, why is your forehead like that? So I knew if I showed up in the mask, it
That's
would be
funny.
like, I would be up all night because they'd be having nightmares.
Yeah.
But success. And so the next couple of days, my skin's supposed to feel like sandpaper, and then the sandpaper sloughs off, and it's like, oh.
Do you put makeup on your neck? Or does
Well,
that
yeah,
what-
a little bit. You have to blend it. You
Okay,
have to
because
blend
I can
it.
see your neck is first time, because, you know, I really pay attention to Kyle.
Yeah.
And I can see your neck is pink, and I've never seen it pink before.
I know. I put a lot less today. Actually, like, can you see my chest? Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
you're sunburnt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sunburn. That's how it feels, too.
So Jamie, who owns this place, she's been a friend of mine for years, right? So I don't really know the treatments I get. She'll tell me, hey, I got this, come in and do it. And I just do it. So as I was asking Kyle, I don't know. So I texted her and I said, hey, have I done Soft Wave, which is the first one you did? And she's like, yes, it's the tightening device we did on your neck. And I'm like, yes.
Yes.
And she goes, you did that back when I first bought it. You could do it again if you want. We got a new handpiece that goes around the eyes too. That's probably what you did.
Yep.
And she goes, I go, oh, and I did the other treatment too, which is the other one that you're the sunburn
cool
one.
peel.
And she goes, yes, that's the one you're doing again next week. And I was like, ooh, I didn't even know it was going next
she
week.
said you're doing a series. You're actually going to be like interviewed during that.
What?
He's like, thanks for letting me know.
During pay attention to conversations.
Yeah. She said she talked to you about it.
I just said yes to whoever she said. When she talks to me while I'm on the air, I don't really pay attention. But what I like about, I believe, both those devices is my idol, Brian Johnson, who wants to live forever. He gets that done too.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Yes, but he looks like he's slipped into another dimension of human.
Yeah, he looks he's gray. He looks like, you know, I'm sure, isn't there some about gray people?
Yeah, the Greys.
The Greys.
Yeah,
Oh, so
the
he
aliens.
could just be an alien.
He could
These
be
aliens live forever.
an alien with abs.
Anyway, so that's the place that Colin and I talk about is called Comstock, and she's legit. It's fantastic. They can help you look younger and healthier, just like Brian Johnson.
Like Brian.
Shoot us a text. Text JJR and whatever you want to say to the number 96893. BuzzFeed is recapping the top 25 viral moments that could have only happened in the 2020s. It features a lot of things you will recognize. This is so far just from 2020.
I'm standing in a cage with 5 full-grown tigers in line.
Okay, let's see if the sandal is cake.
This song, because of the skateboarding guy with cranberry juice. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
I really like cone.
What do you like about corn?
It's cold.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to.
Very demure, very mindful.
Oh, you gotta give it that hunk.
Diamonds under my eyes.
And we're only halfway through.
Okay,
Wow.
by the way, why did my daughter ask my husband what Haktua meant the other day? I don't know where she heard that. I don't know why she heard that, but he's like, it's just something inappropriate on the internet. Just forget it.
Did she ask him, or did you hear it?
No, I wasn't home. He texted me immediately afterwards, and he's like, what?
I thought maybe he was indirectly asking you for something.
Oh, no.
Hey, hint?
No.
Hint? I'm going to go home and be like, it's weird. Kyle's husband was asking about Haktua. What is that exactly? Can you show me?
Oh, my God. Jeez.
According to a new survey, 1 in 5 young adults cannot change a light bulb.
What?
Really?
And Gen Zers are spending more than $1,500 a year calling in pros to do basic jobs that they could probably do themselves.
Definitely.
This is another one for you, Peyton. Here, 1/3 of couples say their partner acts like a baby when they're sick.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I live with the biggest baby when Kadeem is sick. I'm like, you're a 28-year-old man. Like, come on, you can take care of yourself.
There's a list of the 10 best cities for cat lovers. What do you think is number 1? Take a guess.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
None. We're in the United States. Number 1 is Warsaw, Poland. Number 1
sure.
for cats.
Known for their
Of
cat
course.
care.
I totally thought Portland.
Obviously.
The biggest health trends of 2025 could be, they say, cutting out processed foods, healthy aging, and improving gut health. That's big stuff. What is a seemingly cheap hobby that quickly becomes very expensive if you keep doing it?
Golf.
Golf is number 9 on the list.
Tennis.
Tennis.
I don't know.
Tennis.
Pickleball.
Let's see. Drinking.
No, that's true.
Coffee is number 14. CrossFit is 13. Then there's gardening, crochet, golf, snowboarding in the winter, surfing in the summer, cycling, fish keeping. What is fish
I don't
keeping?
know.
Is that a pet, keeping fish? Boating. Horseback riding is number 2. Number 1 cheap hobby that quickly becomes expensive is woodworking. Someone joked, why buy something when I can make it half as good for 3 times the price in a couple of months? Real quick, weird food stories, weird food news. Doritos, they've been around since the 1960s. They've always been triangular. Some people notice Doritos UK Instagram has a square chip, a square Doritos, which I'm not a fan of because it's easy to put in your mouth when it's got the point. Cheetos is releasing Cheeto Puffs, which is big news. I love Cheetos. I had Cheetos over, because I always try to eat healthy, but over Christmas I let loose. I just love Cheetos.
They're really good.
Cheetos are good, but there's Cheeto Puffs already.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pizza Cheeto Puffs.
That changes everything.
Okay, that I was like,
when did they stop?
we already have Cheeto Puffs.
Cheeto Puffs cheese pizza flavor is the new one coming out. What do you have for life hacks, Rich?
So experts have studied people that say that for most of their lives, they're pretty happy. So they've kind of looked at what they do, and they've come up with a list of 7 things that they do. Happy people ignore nonsense. That makes sense, right? You don't get caught up in the drama. They talk less. They learn new skills. They help people. They laugh all the time. They wake up early, and they've got no entitlement. If you want to see that list, or maybe send that with somebody who you think might be able to use it, we have stuck it all up at johnjandrich.com.
I was watching, I can't remember what show I was watching. It was either Bad Sisters or it was Landman, but someone there goes, you know that phrase? Hurt people, hurt people.
Yes.
I was just about to say with Rich, tried it the other way. Happy people, happy people. Doesn't work.
Doesn't have the same
It doesn't
ring
work
to it.
because hurt people can hurt people, but happy people can't happy people.
You can try. Sometimes they put you in a better mood, though.
That's
you know?
true.
It's John Jay and Rich. Our phone number, 877-937-1047. The text line, you text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. Got to text Jess now. When are you guys going to do another Justin Timberlake ticket game? I don't know. We don't know. We're doing an hour from now. Speaking of Justin Timberlake, when I got in this morning, I saw this video of Justin Timberlake, and it bothered me so much I posted it on my Instagram. So you can see it on my Instagram, and there's like a fight going on in the comments. But I'll play the audio for you, and then I'll get in to explain what the fight is. So it's a car. Have you seen the video yet? A carload of people pull up. So Justin Timberlake, there's a bunch of guys driving in their car and on the road, and I guess they see Justin Timberlake in the car next to him. They're like, "Oh my God, Justin Timberlake! Oh my God, Justin Timberlake!" And they're, waving. They roll down the windows, waving at him. And just like you saw happen with Ariana Grande, remember? And then she starts singing with them.
Yeah.
Well, these guys, Justin Timberlake, and he rolls down the window, and he's like, "Well, here, I'll play it for you. Here's what happens."
Justin Timberlake. Bro, roll out the window. Roll down the window.
You want something?
Let's race.
You want something? No.
Let's race.
You want something?
No. Let's race. Stop.
Get out of here.
What?
That's a bummer because it's like you can hear the excitement when they're like, roll down the window, roll down the window. It's like just smile and say hi.
Right.
Like, what?
But what happened before that?
Yeah.
Like, I want to give Justin Timberlake the benefit of the doubt, although, I mean, we have the evidence, but like maybe they were being jerks in the car ahead of time or
Didn't start
something.
filming
Like
until-
maybe they were swerving into him. You never know. But then also it's like they're fans.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you kind of got to.
He could have been like, "Hey, well, you guys got to drive. Watch how you do." Because you see he rolls down the window and he actually looks really pissed. And he
That's
also
what I'm saying.
looks,
Did they were they harassing
Did they
him?
cut him
I
off?
don't know.
You can see, I posted the video. It's on my Instagram, John J. Van Ness. And the argument going on in the comments right now is that, well, he's a celebrity. He signed up for this. And then someone else like, he's been famous since he was a kid. He didn't know what he was getting into. And then all these people going back and forth. Well, he should be nicer. Oh, the whole drinking and driving thing because, he got a DUI. He actually his eyes look glazed to me when I'm looking at
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I shouldn't say that. But
I mean, we could all be nicer.
Yeah. Yesterday I was driving. I was going to go make a left. I hate to say what I'm about to tell you is wrong, but I'm about to tell you. I was going to make a left, and it was traffic. And you know how the left lane is, sometimes it can be open, but traffic, you have to get further back before you can make a left lane, get in the left lane. Does that make sense? Like there's a left-hand turning lane.
Yeah.
And maybe there's one car in the lane, but
Oh, so
traffic is so far back.
You can kind of ride the turn lane just a little bit to get to your stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to do that. I was going to wait. And I was also on my phone. Right, so the traffic. So I was on my phone. I'm going to wait so I can get into the lane to make the left, and then finally when I got to turn to make a left, someone came up behind me like I was going to crash into them. But they were at fault. But they honked and they got really violent. But I was on my phone. But I wasn't in the wrong. I hate that they were in the wrong, but I was on my phone. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like I want to be
canceled
like,
it out.
I want to be like, what's your problem, man? You're making a left before you make a left. And then But anyway. So the Justin Timberlake thing. Check it out. Go to John J. Van Ness on Instagram. Okay, shift gears. Where were you last night, Peyton, where I saw all the dolls?
Oh my gosh. I was at a restaurant in downtown Phoenix called Hanny's. Have you guys ever heard of it?
No.
It's like a cute little restaurant bar, but then they have this downstairs basement area and apparently it used to be like some old bar that's haunted, and there's a table with probably 20 dolls just sitting there staring at you.
Well, it should be haunted.
It was
Why would you go there?
Well, because me and my brother went out to dinner last night and went to go grab a drink, and then he was like, "Have you ever been to the basement?" I was like, "No, like what's in the basement?" And he like took me down to the basement of this
So
restaurant.
creepy.
Oh my gosh.
Like, can anybody go in the basement?
Yeah. Literally, like, look. Here's the dolls. Can you guys see?
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah, they're
literally
scary
looks like
looking
something out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
They're behind a fence?
They're like behind a fence that you can't walk in. And
Like,
they're
are
really,
those dolls, like, were they there when they opened up the restaurant?
I do
Like, oh my
not
God.
know like the lore of Hanny's, but if you know, please let me know, because I was scared. Like I walked down with him and I was like, Jalen, like I believe in this kind of stuff, like the haunted, wicked. I want to leave. Can we go?
It's good that it's your brother. Can you imagine being on a date? You want to go down to the basement? Oh, no. Freak show? Joe from you?
Yes.
But didn't you say something about you get into an argument with your mom because you like to go drink by yourself at a bar?
It wasn't an argument, but she called me weird. My mom and my boyfriend Kadeem called me weird because I like to go enjoy a happy hour by myself every now and then. Like, I enjoy being in a social setting like that and just eating my food and having my espresso martini by myself and scrolling on my phone.
But, like, sometimes you'll talk to people around you and sometimes you won't.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got the opportunity to chat. But if you don't want to chat, you don't chat.
But, like, 9 times out of 10, like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I will if you start talking to me, but, like, I just want to scroll on TikTok.
So then you're at the bar and everyone can hear you, people can hear your TikTok.
No, I bring my headphones. That would be rude.
So you're at the bar with headphones, having a drink by yourself, scrolling on your phone.
Yep.
What is it about being around people while you're doing that you like, other than just like sitting on your couch at your house alone?
I don't know. I think I just like to like be around people.
Okay.
But I like to be by myself. I don't know. I guess it is weird. I don't know.
I used to go to
do
this one
enjoy it though.
When my family was out of town, my kids were younger, my wife would take the kids and go up north for the summer, and I would go up on the weekends, and then during the day or at dinner time, I would go to this one restaurant, which to eat by myself. And most people that ate by themselves would order at the bar and sit at the bar. And I was like, there's no way I'm sitting at the bar. So I would have to wait for a table, and I'd sit by myself at a table and just eat. And I love that. I love eating alone. I do. I don't want to sit at the bar, though. Bigger chance for people to talk to you.
Yeah,
It's almost like you're asking for people to talk to you.
No, and like a lot of times, like, I mean, I think I'm a very approachable person sometimes, so I do end up with a lot of the side conversations. But I enjoy it because you learn about people, and then you get to hear fun, crazy stories that I get to come back and tell you guys.
What was your modeling thing? Yeah, I saw like you did you were like had makeup on and you were like doing something.
Yeah, I did a photo shoot last night for my friend Angel. She owns this restaurant called Love Bite Dumplings. I told you guys about it. Yeah, and it's like kind of like your healthier version of your grab and go. It's like a cute little shop in downtown Phoenix. And she's gone viral on TikTok like a handful of times because it's like seriously the cutest shop. And she asked me if I would be down to model in her photo shoot for Valentine's Day. And I was like, heck yeah, girl. So basically I was a runaway bride. And she like dressed me in all white, and I basically like did this photo shoot with this super dope photographer in this studio, and it was so cool, such a fun experience because like I was like so awkward. Like I don't model. Like also I like don't have the body shape to model like that, so I'm all like self-conscious and like awkward. But
you're
it was
gorge.
fun.
You're gorge. I can't wait to see these pictures.
The pictures are gonna be nuts. I'm so excited. They're gonna be so fun.
When do you get to see them?
I'm not exactly sure when I get to see the pictures, but I have some behind the scenes photos that I'll post for you guys so you guys can see it on the John Jane Rich Instagram account. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. It's going to be so fun.
Was it weird being in a wedding dress?
I wasn't really in a wedding dress, but it was weird being in white. Like, I sent the picture to my friends in my group chat, and they were like, did you send this to Kadeem to show him how good you look in white? Like, that was kind of like the conversation. But then I was also like, oh my gosh, like, if I post these pictures on Instagram, like, people might think I went and got eloped and, like, just got married. But who knows? It was fun. I was wearing a veil. It was cool.
Kyle, this weekend when you were in Denver?
Oh my gosh. So we went out for my sister's birthday. She had like a milestone birthday. So she had this huge party. And I think she had 35, 40, maybe even 50 people there. And at the end of the party, they wanted the party to keep going, like half of them. So there's probably about 25 people. And Scott and we had flown in that day. So I'd been up since 3 a.m. My sister comes over and she's like, we're going to a speakeasy. Are you guys coming? And I look at Scott and I'm like, okay, yeah, totally. Let's go. Like, I can't bail on my sister for her birthday. So we go and we try to find this speakeasy. We find it, and they're like, your party's too big. We can't let you in. And we're like, excuse me? How rude. So we walk even further from where we were. Mind you, it's freezing out. There's snow on the ground. We walk to this bar, and the bar's like, it was fine, but it was kind of lame at the same time. And so we're sitting there, and I'm just like watching my sister get super drunk. And I don't really drink very much, so I'm like the sober person at the bar at this point, and I'm getting so tired. And my other sister, Jenny's like, I need to go home. Like, I need to leave. Like, I'm out of here. I'm going to get an Uber. And so me and my other sister, there's 4 of us, we were like, we're not going to let you walk out there alone. At least let us walk you to your Uber. So we get out of the bar, and Jenny's like, I can't deal with these shoes anymore. I'm over it. I'm done. And so she takes off her heels. It's, okay, I understand the pain of like walking in heels and just being totally done. I have walked through Vegas barefoot. I do not judge with the barefoot thing, because once those heels get you in that spot, it feels so satisfying to take them off, and you don't care what you're walking on. In fact, she didn't care, because not only was she walking barefoot on the streets of downtown Denver, but she was walking through the snow as we crossed the street. She was just like, that's how bad she wanted to get out of there and take the shoes
And
off.
walking barefoot in snow is so painful. But then again, I guess it would numb her up.
Yeah. So I had forgotten socks on the trip, but I had remembered like slipper socks, and that's what I was wearing with my boots. And so it was making them really tight and uncomfortable. So I had taken one of the socks off, and it was in my purse. At one point, she's like, you have socks, don't you? I was like, I have a sock. She was going to borrow my one sock and walk down the street. But then the Uber showed up, and so it didn't happen. But it was a night. It was definitely a night. It was definitely an adventure. It was like such a fun theme. And like randomly, me and my sister ended up picking out the same jacket.
I saw that. That's really cute.
I loved that.
So fun. It was
You
a good,
picked up the same
time.
jacket in different parts.
We had no idea. In fact, we
you're
bought
here.
them from different places.
In different cities.
Different places, different cities, different websites we bought
That's
them from.
wild.
And we picked it. It was like literally the same jacket, but I guess like sisters think alike sometimes.
It's funny, you, Peyton by herself at a bar, and Kyle with 25 people not getting into a bar.
Too many people.
Kyle, let's get some entertainment news.
Do that.
Let's get to it.
What would you like to hear about?
SZA.
Okay, I knew Peyton would like this one. So on SZA's new album, she's got a song named Drew Barrymore, and she was on the Drew Barrymore Shore.
One of my favorite SZA songs of all time.
Yeah, and so Drew was like, when I saw that you had a song with my name as the title, I was so honored. And SZA was like, your name's not just the title. Like, your name was the inspiration. And then SZA went into how much she really admires Drew Barrymore.
I guess, when you're younger and you're a black woman, there's not a lot of examples all the time. And one of the few lovely white women that I looked up to so much on television, it was you, because you were so yourself. You were quirky. Your smile wasn't perfect. I have a slight speech impediment. It just reminds me of all the things about myself that make me nervous, but on you it shines so brightly. You gave me permission to be myself and feel like this is so cool. And so you've always been a pinnacle to me. I love you.
I love this episode.
My smile's crooked.
She actually chuckled in the interview when she watched that, when I watched it. But I watched that whole thing because SZA's my goat.
Mm-hmm.
She's my all-time favorite, and I love Drew Barrymore. 50 First Dates was my comfort movie as a kid. And so to see that, it only it just made me love SZA as an artist so much more, because it made her real to me.
Totally.
When she is my Drake, So I'm you're actually real, and I actually connect to you, and I
They
relate
dated
to
in
you.
2008.
They did. Drake and SZA did date.
And you can totally feel the love with Drew Barrymore.
Absolutely.
She just reeks free spirit and just so kind.
And if you haven't heard Drew Barrymore by SZA, go listen to it, because it's so good.
Does it talk about a crooked smile in the song?
No, it doesn't. J. Cole does,
I
though.
thought that's what she was talking about. That you inspired me, and I put these lyrics in the song. It's more than just the title.
J. Cole mentions Drew Barrymore?
No, J. Cole mentions having crooked teeth.
Oh. I was going to say, I don't remember talking about Drew Barrymore.
So, you know how I'm working on this vision board, right? And tonight, my family and I are doing the vision board, so I went to go look for magazines again yesterday. And did you know Drew Barrymore has a magazine?
Yeah.
I
bought one of her magazines for my vision boards that we put together.
Oh, really?
Me and my daughter did ours last night.
It says Drew. It's Drew. And I was like, I had no idea.
What she got in there?
Just her.
Do you want to know one of the big ones that I took from her magazine? It says joy really largely. I'll show you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have your
It's right
vision
here.
board here?
Yeah, I keep it in my planner. Joy. That came from Drew.
That cost $17.
It did. Because I don't know what else I took from this. So, yeah.
The vision board, so your vision board fits in your little diary right there, your day
Yeah,
planner.
because I feel like if I'm going to be looking in this all the time to be planning things, it's like I have the constant reminder of my 2025 vision board.
No, that's good. But I went to Michael's over the weekend and I bought this construction stuff for our vision boards. And my wife said to me last night, she goes, I saw the stuff you have for the vision board. They look a little large, don't they? Do we cut those in half? I'm like, no, I think they're supposed to be big. And then I see Kyle's little one.
You can do it any size you want. So mine's small. Like I said, I did it with my daughter last night, and we took one of those large foam boards, and then we cut it in half for her. So then hers
nice.
is like a foam board, but half of one. You can do it whatever size you
Yeah,
want.
mine in my office is a full-size poster board. It's huge.
I guess it could be any way.
Where are you going to keep yours? Are you going to put it in here? You're going to keep it. You know where you should keep your vision board, John Jay, is outside the window of your sauna in the garage, so you can see it when you're.
That's a good idea. I was
a good
going to make
idea.
the vision board
Sunny.
and then I was going to burn it.
What? Why would you do that?
What about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift?
So everyone's freaking out because he was doing an interview, and fans think he cryptically told us that there's new Taylor Swift music coming out. He was really trying to not answer the question that was a question directly about new Taylor Swift music.
Have you heard any? Do you get are you a testier?
I can't say any of that. I can't say that. I hear music everywhere.
Okay, let's just say you're hanging out. No, we're having a little dinner. All of a sudden, the creative juice sparks in the absolute beast that you're sitting with, who is going to go down as maybe the most famous icon in the history of music. And she starts thinking something, and you go, "Ooh, I like that." Are you a motivator at every single time?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you?
Come on now, you know it. I'll never chime in, but you already know I'm here to support it. I'm here to see where it can go. You know what I mean?
And then at one point he said, there might be a few. Well, yeah, there might be, there might not be.
Right. Why wouldn't he just say, I don't know what's going on with that? Like, he could have avoided
Because he
that
probably
a lot
does
better.
know. He probably does know what's going on.
Yeah,
with that,
I know, but I'm
doesn't
like,
wanna lie.
fool us all.
I
Like,
know.
lie to us,
Yeah,
Travis.
you
Just
can
lie.
do it.
It's
You
okay.
don't have to. Yeah.
Speaking of new music, about a week and a half ago, over the break, I was actually longer than that. I was in Hawaii because my son plays basketball there, and my son Dutch goes, "Dad, stand like this," and I stand, and he films me. And he goes, "Okay, now stand like that. Do this." I'm like, "All right." So I do it. I'm like, "What are you doing?" It was nothing. And later he posts. It was a TikTok he made. I don't know if he was making fun of me or not. I go, "What song is that?" And it's LeAngelo Ball's song.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you if you heard it and saw that he signed to the Def Jam's record label.
I saw that last night.
Yeah.
Right.
$13 million.
$13 million.
Dang.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm ahead of the game because I had a TikTok with his song on it already a week
Probably
ago.
are.
John Jay,
Thanks
that
to
song
Dutch.
blew up a week ago.
It blew up a week ago?
Yes.
Okay, thank you,
A
cousin
week and
me.
a half ago,
Well, I
yeah.
don't know. Okay.
It's on my stories. Did you see the video I made?
I didn't see the video you make, but
It's not the video I made. Dutch made it.
Khadijah's been parading that song around the house for the last week and a half.
I made that video. Yes, this date, whatever date this was. January 5th is when I made the video.
Oh, you were
So
early.
on top of
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Posted on my...
Possibly.
So you're welcome, LeAngelo Ball, for your $13 million.
Oh my gosh. No, people are saying that song though like brings you back to like the 90s, like early 2000s type of music. So that's why people are just loving it.
But I'm also hearing now that Heidi Montag, everyone's talking about her song too.
Oh my gosh. Well, because for some reason, her song from her 2010 album, Superficial, somehow, for some reason, it's gone viral again, and it's like #1 on iTunes.
Because of the fire stuff, with them talking about the fire?
I guess so, yeah. But she was like beside herself because, they lost their home. They lost everything in the fire. And she was like thanking everyone because of this, it's been such a light during a really dark time.
Thank you so much to everyone. #1 on iTunes charts. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the overwhelming love and support of my music and really rallying behind us in this devastating time and making it such a blessing. So thank you.
How weird that her and Spencer Pratt now are on the news every day.
I know. Again.
Like 10 years ago, it was
I don't even know.
Literally
who
feels
these-
like a flashback.
You guys were talking about Spencer Pratt, and I'm like, who?
They were like a reality show stars.
Yeah, what show were they
basically.
on?
Seriously?
The Hills.
The Hills.
The Hills?
Yeah.
They were
Along with
two of the
Kristen
biggest
Cavallari.
stars in the world.
Really?
Because of this reality show,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, I've never heard of him.
And he was, we had him on the show many times. He was a press hound. He was just, it's almost like you could almost say, did he start these fires so they're in the news?
Like they did
It's
too much?
They did not. Don't start that
We're going to
rumor,
burn our
but-
house down and everyone's going to talk to us. Oops.
They
Had
would
one
just
of them.
like I mean, any headline they could get, they would. And then she caused all these headlines because she basically like got every plastic surgery procedure you could to like completely change her look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a deep.
What was it, like 2010?
Yeah.
2000.
Right around
so
there.
they were famous before that then, because it was probably 2008 then, right? And
Yeah,
then,
right in that era.
that's crazy.